You're watching 3 Questions with Kat. Hey everyone, it's Catherine Norland, and we're here for another episode of 3 Questions with Kat. I've got Steve with me today, and of course, he has no idea what I'm about to ask him.
Nothing.
So, we're just gonna do this. Steve, what do you think holds people back or stops them from finding success in life?
I know exactly what stops them.
Okay.
They care about what people think about them.
Ooh.
That's all they, I
Guilty.
swear. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They wake up in the morning and I should dress a certain way, I should walk a certain way, talk a certain way, do certain things, all because they care about what other people think.
So
I used to be like
that stopped you from having success in life because you were so worried about people judging you, or
and you even tell yourself, oh no, I don't care what people think, but it's a subconscious thing that eventually you realize, or hopefully eventually you'll realize that it does stop you, and you do allow that to hold you back.
Yeah, I just think of something simple like I'm wearing flat shoes right now. Whoop, I'm gonna show my feet.
There you go.
Now, the old me who cared what people thought, I would be in heels no matter how much pain I was in. I'd be like, oh, I look so much better. My legs look so much slimmer. I look so much taller when I'm in heels. And I'm like, I'm gonna be comfortable now. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So this is maybe a silly example, but this kind of thing can run your whole life and affect all the decisions you make, big ones and little ones.
Yeah. For the longest, I would not, go out for roles in acting or go to certain classes because I was afraid that, okay, I've done this for so long. Like, let's say I was in an acting class for 3 years, right? Uh-huh. Then I would be afraid to go and try another acting class because I was worried about what people would have thought about my acting. Which I know it's so weird,
like it
right?
wouldn't be up to par with this new group of actors.
So when I would actually go to other studios, I would tell them that I was brand new to acting.
And then they'd be like, oh, he's really good. You're new.
Well, that's what I wanted to hear. And then when you don't hear it, you're like, oh.
Oh, that's even worse. You're like, I've been at this for a while.
Yeah. So when I stopped doing that and I started meeting new people and going to different acting classes and going to different places, I started feeling really good about myself because I didn't care if they thought I was because in the end, if I am, well, I just need to get better at it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. So
the second question I want to ask you is, how do you overcome obstacles? You got stuff standing in the way of you and your goals and what you want to accomplish. How do you get past those roadblocks and walls in your way?
Allow the roadblocks to happen. And this is the experience I've had for the past year, because I started changing my life a year and a half ago. Okay. And I realized that the roadblocks are what makes your journey special. And as soon as you jump over one, even though it's hard and it hurts, and you in the moment you don't understand, when you look back, you realize it makes you a better person. It just makes you, in whatever you do, it just makes you better at what you're doing.
Okay, so how does it make you better?
So for instance, losing weight, right? You're going full speed, you're losing a lot of weight, and then all of a sudden you just stop. And then you have a binge, and you like what I'm telling you I've been on for the past 3 weeks.
So he has lost 60 pounds?
60 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so I'm going on this, and this happened before where
So your roadblock was actually a plateau.
Yeah, exactly.
And that caused you to, you were so frustrated that you weren't losing anymore, that caused you to binge, or what?
Yeah, so it caused me to quit, right, for a little bit, and binging.
Quit your weight loss journey.
I started feeling like crap again. So I started remembering why I was on this journey, because you think, oh, I feel better, I'm never going to go back to how I was again. Yeah. Well, it's so easily you go back to it that you start realizing, oh shoot, okay, you know what? I have been doing a good job. I do feel better. It's working. Okay. And then you start learning from that. So or imagine the struggle that imagine the struggles that you go through. Like being an actor and auditioning, and you don't get anything for months and months and months of auditioning. Oof. And then all of a sudden you book something. You realize that all those months of auditioning and not getting anything were making you better at auditioning. So it's just the struggle helps you become a better person, or a better actor, a better teacher.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like the same with building your muscle, right? Your muscle literally has to tear. Yeah. In order to then build back up.
But you have to understand that though, and you have to allow it to happen. Meaning you have to, not just not give up. You have to just keep on pushing through and realizing that it is for the better good and enjoying what you're doing too. I feel like you have to enjoy what you do.
Oh,
a lot
absolutely.
of people don't think that, but
It helps.
it helps. You don't have to necessarily, but it does help you.
But,
At least
but
your
why
sanity.
are you not wanting to do something that you enjoy, or why are you wanting to do something that you don't enjoy?
Again, it goes back to believing, wanting people to like you.
You're right. Well, if I just do this, then people will like me, even though I kind of hate it. Ooh, that's a miserable place to be.
Yes, look, going
my
back to the
gosh.
acting thing, I've met so many people that I know in their core don't like acting. And it's so sad to see them because
they're going through the struggle.
they're going
for
through the
something
same
they
struggle
don't
you're
like.
going through. Exactly, and they hate it, but they just want people to love them, and they think that being an actor is going to make more people love them.
Or they feel like if they quit now, they'd be a loser.
Oh, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
well, I told everyone I was moving to LA to be an actor, and if I stop and move back home, then they're going to know I'm a failure. And that, again, what do people think?
Instead of seeing that, maybe the journey that they went through to become an actor doesn't lead them to acting, but it leads them to becoming something else. Or finding out, at least, that's a journey. Finding out you don't want to be an actor. It's a journey in itself.
Yeah,
and you learn.
And quitting is sometimes a good thing.
Look, I was an industrial designer, and I got kicked out of art school. Then I went to
That was an obstacle.
I went to community college, and I graduated. I passed in like a year and a half to go to Cal Poly for engineering. I did engineering for 3 years, and I hated it. And I was one of those that hated what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I ended up dropping out my last year. And I always thought, oh, that was a waste of time, those 7 years. No, because in those 7 years, I learned how to talk to people.
Yeah.
I got educated. I learned how to present. I learned a lot of different things that are helping me now in acting. I wouldn't be able to do this with you, even if it's just a YouTube channel or if it's an interview or whatever.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I can't. I'm sorry. Not me. Pick somebody else.
Yeah. I understand that. So the third question I like to ask is, what do you wish you would have known 5 years ago?
That's hard.
That's
That's hard. Well, because I don't wish I would have known anything.
Well, what's the one thing that you feel like that you've learned in the last few years that has really helped you? That maybe if you had known it then, you
yes,
see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if you knew that then, it was like, oh, this would have been.
I have it so ingrained in my head now that whatever happened in the past is like good for you, no matter even if it's good or bad.
Right.
But I see what you're saying.
But if there's some bit of knowledge that if you would have known 5 years ago, you would have done things a little differently.
That if you really love something, and even if you're not good at it, if you keep on working at it, eventually you'll get better at it.
Okay.
I feel like you will. Even you might not be the best at it, but you'll find out.
So maybe early on you were quitting more often, but now you're like,
I wouldn't keep anything for more than 6 months without, if I don't see anything, next. When now I think, okay, just stick to it. If you love it, enjoy it, just stick to it. As long as you're enjoying your day to day and it's not miserable, then you're living. Because what if you only live till a year from now, right? What if I don't get to be the actor I want to be, and I don't get to live beyond this year because that's the way God wants it? Well, then at least I enjoyed the process of going for my dream.
And if you're doing something miserable because you're worried about what other people think, and you have your last year of your life is misery.
Imagine how many people aren't striving for the money, and then they don't enjoy the things around them because they want to save the money, they want to build up their money, and then they die young. Or if they make it to their old age and they're not happy, they realize,
because they were living everybody else's dream and not their own.
Even though millionaires will probably be like, that's what poor people say.
Well, we could talk about this topic forever, but that was the 3 questions. Steve,
right, awesome.
Steve, tell people how they can find you.
Oh, I have an Instagram. It's at Steve A. Cruz. Steve A. Cruz.
Spell it for him.
SteveACruz.
Awesome. Nice talking to you today.
And I'm not a cop.
He's an actor playing a cop.
In a little bit, I'll be a cop. Like 10 minutes.
Bye. To overcome your obstacles standing in the way of your success and have the tips you need to reach your dreams.